or wealth and riches. Because I think it's important that we lay such a foundation. Those of you on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Twitter, I noticed that the link is just coming up. So, guys on Facebook, please, and on the radio, just bear with me. Let me just do a quick recap. I'd like to welcome you on Instagram, on Twitter. Thank you very much. Symbol Space, thank you. I'd like to welcome you for joining us. Again, this is When Men Talk with Noruwa Edokpolo. It's Oliski. How are you, Olisa? Thanks, man, for joining. It's a program for men about the issues that bother men. And I believe strongly that those issues can be resolved. And that's what this program is all about. All right. Damilare, thanks for joining. All right. Uluwaye Missy. Oh, that looks like, okay. Thanks for joining. It's good to have you guys join us here. On Facebook, if you are there on Facebook, please just let us know you're there. Tell us so that we know you're there. So today we're talking about the man and his money. How to make the money, how to save the money, and how to increase the money. But we're starting off by differentiating between wealth and riches, or wealth and money. Because, people tend to think that they are one and the same. Somebody has money. It doesn't necessarily mean he's wealthy. It just means he has money. That you have money doesn't mean you're wealthy. Oh, Leye, hi. Okay, Leye is there. Akinshola, Dakbo, or Mojola. Good to have you guys. The guys on Instagram are wonderful. I can see that they're there. I know the folks on Facebook are also there. Please let's know, those of us who are on Facebook. So we're saying that what's the difference between, wealth and riches, or wealth and money? That's where we want to start off today, to try to understand. So that, because we live in a situation where everybody's chasing money. But very few people are wealthy. That's the truth. As you will soon find out, very few people are wealthy in real terms. Okay? Thanks, Chichi. Thanks for joining. So, somebody defined money. If you check, money is a current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes. If you were to check the dictionary, that's probably what you will see, or something close to that. It simply means that money is a thing that is used to swap for another thing or service. Money is not wealth. Alan Watts said, money is a way of measuring wealth, but it is not wealth in itself. And he gave a very interesting, example. He said a chest of gold coins or a fat wallet of bills is of no use whatsoever to a wrecked sailor alone on a raft. He would need real wealth, in the form of a fishing rod, a compass, an outboard, a motor with gas, etc., etc. In other words, money is relative. Of what use truly is, gold coins to a man who is drifting in the seas on a raft all by himself. A gentleman called Buckminster Fuller said he defined a wealthy person as a person's ability to survive X number of days forward. A wealthy person, or wealth, he defined it as a person's ability to survive X number of days forward. Financially speaking, according to Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, he said, the equation translates to how many days could you survive if you stopped working today? How long would you survive on the amount of money you have? And for many of us, this lockdown has really shown who is wealthy, who is rich, and who is poor. All right? If there's one thing that the lockdown has shown is you may have thought that you were rich, but you suddenly discovered that, hey, you may have thought you were wealthy, but you discovered that no, maybe I'm just rich. Some people started making phone calls on the first day. Some started making phone calls on the second day. Others started making phone calls at the end of the first week. Others started making phone calls by the end of the first month. And yet still others began to make phone calls by the second month. and some others by the third month. In fact, somebody said to me once, he said, the rich, in quotes, in Nigeria are just one sickness away from the other side. Poverty, if you like, or lack. So, how wealthy you are, as defined by this man, is how many days you can survive without needing to work. And if you ask me, there are very few of us that are wealthy in this part of the world because of the, numerous reasons. And I dare say, chief amongst them is not necessarily the economy. And this is very important because many of us might think that, if the economy was different, things would have been better. Yes, no doubt, the economy has a part to play. But guess what? Your money habits, your money type also plays a very significant role in this business. And we'll be talking about that as we go along. Like I said, we're starting today. We're going to continue again, most likely definitely next week, Monday. It is very possible that we may go even beyond then to the week following. But let's see how far we can go today. Like I always say, this program is not, we are co-producers. So what do you guys think about this difference between wealth and riches? Do you agree with me? Do you think my explanation is possible? You may think that, it may not be altogether correct. What's your take on this issue of wealth and money? What do you think? What's your take on it? This issue of wealth and money. What's your take on it? Is it something that you think that, am I correct in my position that wealth doesn't necessarily mean that you are rich, all right? Or rather, being rich doesn't mean you're wealthy. Having money doesn't necessarily mean that you're wealthy. What's your take on it? I'd like to hear from you. Leia, where are you? Deolu, where are you? Cradle Love at Kiddies. What's your take on this? What's your, did you